I have just dropped a new art book. Here's my new art book. My man, this guy, put it together for me, and it's the fantastic paintings of Ewan. It's one of my paintings. It's a really nice, like, hardback, big format. The size of my hand, the size of the book. It's huge. And I just thought we'd have a look through it. It's really good. Look at all my paintings. The red. We like some red. Got the nice red skin of the guy in there as well, so it sort of blends. That's kind of cool. There's a bunch of words and shit, which, we don't really need to pay much attention to those. A nice blown up. You can really see the texture of the canvas and stuff on that. Or maybe less so because of my terrible lighting. There's some old guy, some old 75-year-old man. Whatever. I don't just do paintings. I do ink work sometimes as well. Frankly, quite dynamic ink work. Like every one of these poses is hugely dynamic. There's nothing falling short within this. Pterodactyls in the background there. The hair on the arm and everything. Great line work. Brush, pen and ink work. Which is cool, drawings, comics. Easy, Cindy, easy. A horse, a boy. But we're all about the painting. We're all about the painting. I'm pretty happy with how some of these ones of my drawings came out. Look at again, dynamic is a word that's probably going to be overused in this video. Stuff that's what we're here for. Gallery of paintings with my orb friend, lighting orb. It's one thing I was glad they did in this book is show my work in how it looked in print, because you don't often see that in art books. You usually just see the art, which I'm not against. I'm even maybe more for that than anything else. But if you're going to have an art book with other stuff in it, it's cool to see the artwork, good, large, high quality images of the artwork, but also to see how it looked in print, especially since this stuff, you're not going to be able to get hold of this stuff nowadays. Probably. You might, but I don't know. I haven't looked because I don't research things. Especially not my own artwork. Why am I going to look to find my own artwork in print? That'd be weird. And also preliminary sketches. You get to see the rough drawings, rough paintings, colour tests, compositions, and then the final pieces, and also how they looked in print, which is cool. So this is obviously like a colour composition in watercolour, and this is not even the final painting. It looks like that could be the final painting, but then that's the final, like, rough, cool. You can see what's going on. This is obviously, the preliminary painting, and it's great, cool. But then, Jesus, these white hotspot highlights, which I talk about quite a lot, really give it form and everything, really make it feel a lot more solid. And the tones of the greens and such, giving a real bronze feeling to the statue. And again, see it in print. That's really nice to see. And I like that the orange and yellow here. I decided against having that in the final piece, of just keeping the tone more mellow with the yellows and purples and such. I think that's a good design choice on my part that I did. I really like these little alien fuckers here. They're cute and cool. Less painterly paint, a bit more of an ink drawing with some paint to colour it, rather than like a full oil piece or whatever. And looks good in print too. Nice sci-fi novel covers, paperback covers. This bit, as I said here, I started getting letters from people asking about the green swirl. What was it? What did it mean? Was it an alien? They were reading all sorts of things into that patch of green. I didn't have the heart to tell them. I just thought the painting needed a little green for interest. I wasn't trying to create any mystery, which I would assume it's, a spider, that's like venom or something. But it was apparently just a purely aesthetic choice to just throw a spot of green in there. So that's cool. You learn about that in my new art book. The reference photo used for the piece, that's neat to see. Again, something else you might not see in a lot of art books. And then how it was changed in a later piece. I believe it was a whole separate painting. It wasn't just edited. And speaking of edited paintings, quite a famous, popular one of mine. That's the preliminary. First post-publication alteration, it was changed after publication. Second post-publication alteration. And then the light's obscuring her tits. We don't want that. And then third and fourth post, it was edited and edited and edited and edited, which is cool to see in artists that you're never really happy with your work. Yeah, it's always good enough, I guess, if it's finished. But there's always something like, maybe I could change this or change that. So you add and change things here and there. And, why not? Why bloody not? That's cool. That's the one that was blown up at the front of the book. Every part of this feels so, so solid. I did a really good job. Every one of those branches and everything just has real weight to it. All these paintings are really good at capturing weight and solidity. Yeah. And the different textures, the bone, the branches, the fur, the skin, they all have different textures to them. Very, very cool, obviously. I really like this. I'm really proud of this piece of mine that I did. The reddish pink bar here and the reddish pink bar here, those are two really nice segments, almost holding in the colour. All the colour is sort of within this space, sort of bordered by the red colours, and this swirls really, really nice. The flesh on this girl is so fleshy. It's really, really nice. Quite typical of these, similar to some guy, Fred Fraziti or something. He'd always paint girls like from the sort of 50s era, I guess. Nice, not plump, but like bodies with meat on them, as they should have. A body with that meat is just a skeleton, and that's fucking spooky. I'll fucking cut your head off. Now this guy here, that looks like a brain. And obviously I did title the piece The Brain, which is quite funny. I didn't even see that before. But yeah, a nice brainy brain. Again, colours like the spider piece with the green splodge. And then, nice colour bursts. It's good. It's all very good. Deep good. This one I really like. I love here. Horses are obviously notoriously difficult to paint and draw. But especially you can see it in this book, pretty handy at it, must say. But the muscles, the way the muscles are flexed and tensed here with these straps stretched over them It's so nicely done, if I do say so myself. Oh, should I just drop this gimmick already? Yeah, I really like that piece. And as a separate painting, it seems like there's too much distance between these people. Like there's quite a, if she was maybe here, it would seem like that's more sort of, closer and more not dynamic, but like whatever. But then you see it in print, and it does work as a book cover. The bear gets lost a little bit, but what? Fuck bears. That's what. Ooh. I mean, speaking of solidity, as I did before, look at that. The fucking iguana or whatever it is. Really, really so solid looking. Like it's the highlights on, like the rim highlights on the lip and the eye and stuff. These hot spots. That really, really has weight and depth to it. That's really nice. And this is cool. I guess. I quite like the skull, but then I quite like her face as well. Added the snake in as well. Well, yeah, a nice sort of almost abstract, painterly background, and the cape and everything is just sort of like there, but all the detail is where it needs to be. Yeah, good shit. More snaky snakes. Oh, really rough preliminary. We like that. Bold, rough preliminary. I really like this fucking vulture thing. Looks like something from, I don't know, one of those, the show with the puppets, the Dark Crystal, is it that one? Just so solid. And painted just enough scales, like not rendering every single scale, but where the light hits, just enough scales to give the body texture that it needs. And again, the background, the floor isn't perfectly rendered. You can see where the oil paint is sort of smudged and smeared on the page with just enough lines and just enough texture to delineate lines and texture. And the detail focused where it needs to be, just in the middle here. Oh, the Death Dealer, one of my most famous creations, obviously. Just fucking, I mean, it's been drawn and redrawn and repainted by so many artists, but for good reason, because fucking look at it, man. Again, it feels so heavy. That piece feels heavy. It feels like it's got so much weight to it. Abstract, painty, whatever. Details exactly where they need to be. The rendering and shit. Oh, just fucking. Ugh! All the detail and shit on this. Is there. Yeah. Like, that's hard enough to paint just in general, but with all this detail and stuff, and the lighting and, texture of the metal, it's just so good. Those eyes, man, there's something about them. Good shit. The cover image, as seen there, nice, really fleshy, weighty tits and tummy. Really, really good. This dark line here really gives weight to her body leaning up against that pillar. That's an important thing to learn in drawing and painting. She looks kind of spooked, but I don't know. That looks like it was a preliminary. They don't look quite the same. Yeah. I mean, what more can you say other than fucking wow? Jesus. Some, I don't know. Oh, isn't it similar? That's pretty funny. I like that. The Queen Kong. See, it's like she's got the tiny little King Kong. He looks funny. I like that. I don't know if I can show that clearer with my lighting. No. Look it up. Fuck it, whatever. It's just, that's funny. It's cool. Funny paint. Conan. Lots and lots of Conan. Big, muscly barbarian. More of that. Tanks killing Nazis. But Nazis are people too. Yeah, fuck 'em. Fuck 'em all. Oh, steal a bitch. If you can't get a girlfriend, fucking steal a bitch. That's all you got to do. It's easy. Fucking arm and hand, man. I mean, this one too, but this... The shape of all of that. Details on the armour. Other cultures' armour and stuff. That's quite a famous image of mine. Oh, dropped the thing there, didn't I? I mean, it's good. I really like the colour in the wave there. It's really pretty. Like, it would be so easy to paint the waves. Just go, yeah, waves are blue/green. But the purples and pinks in here, yellow and green and orange there. You can see the purples and shit in the foam. Hot damn. Hot and damn. Oh, this is an interesting one. I painted Death Dealer and Silver Warrior, back to back. I had been sitting on my laurels just going through the motions. Then there was a rumour that disturbed me, that I was washed up, that I hadn't done anything major in years. They chopped me up for dinner. That's loyalty for you. It made me decide to show them the old spirit. I sat down, Death Dealer was born, then Silver Warrior, in some ways better than anything I'd ever done. Death Dealer, Silver Warrior. Death Dealer obviously became the more iconic one, but you know, in terms of artists appreciating their own creations, this also is good. I like the polar bears, they're cool. A Conan piece. This one I painted similarly with goblins and shit. You know, cool. That's all I can really say. It's all just cool. Now, this is fucking aces. I feel like that's different as well. This is great for a book cover. Like, if you see that as a book or a magazine cover or whatever, that's great. These lines and whatnot, brilliant, fucking good. But then this makes for like more of a painting you'd hang on your wall or have on a shirt or something. So that's cool to see a difference there. Also really love the way animals are painted in this book of my paintings. Humans, we know humans are done really, really well by the artist whose work this is. And, you know, animals are difficult enough to draw and paint anyway, but when they're done this well, that fucking chimpanzee, how fine good that is. This lion is just so good, so good. Really, really works as a cover as well. It's really cool. Oh, it's really cool. Is that what you can fucking say? Yes, yes, yes. I mean, that's good too. I really love just the lack of detail, especially when it comes to foreground. You think, well, put all the detail here, and then it fades as it gets into the background. Foreground, almost empty, blank, and then the middle is all the detail, and then empty there. So the three rule of thirds, all that shit. She's hot. He's fucking cool. Saber-tooth fucker. Something a bit different. I mean, it's a movie poster, I guess it's whatever. Some other stuff. It's cool, I guess. Something else a bit different. Uncle Creepy. Oh, self-portrait maybe. Of me, I mean, obviously. There's not much more else I can say. Really, really like the red, the underpainting, I guess, and leaving it there. As a separate image, again, this is where you've really got to have a sense of design if you're doing book covers and things. Because as an image, the red here is a bit like, almost looks unfinished. But as a book cover, it really, really works. There's something more striking about that than if they were all just rendered or whatever. So that's cool. guess. Some sci-fi stuff. That pose. Fucking wow on that pose, man. And all these bastards are cool. I'd buy that. I'd buy that in a second if I saw that in a store. I'd be like, hey, wow, isn't that the one I painted? I'll make sure I get an extra copy for posterity. She's hot. I'd pull that tail while I yell at her. Stealing bitches, there you go. I mean, that's probably, yeah, good enough. But, oh, really, really love that. I know he/I did a lot of illustrations based on The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings and such. This is a really, really cool one. It looks like almost a simple ink drawing, but there's so much going on. There's so much, again, weight and everything to it. It's cool. But yeah, look at that. It's fucking ruined by the stupid light. But dinosaurs, cavemans, stealing bitches. Woo, hey, let's fucking get this bitch back to the cave and show her a good time. Maybe she likes Xbox. Unga bunga. That was my latest art book. I hope the joke didn't wear too thin. I hope you got what I was doing. It was just